When you're starting out homeschooling, you don't need all of the curriculums and everything that everybody says that you need. What you need is a way to engage your children in what you are trying to teach them. Teaching them how to enjoy learning. And that's what I love sharing about here on this page, is how to enjoy learning and teaching your kids how to learn. USBORNE books is amazing for this. My very first question and answer books are fantastic. This one is what is the moon, what is sleep, and why should I brush my teeth? There's information in here that I had never heard of before. Things that kids do with their teeth when they lose their teeth from around the world even. But what's really engaging is inside. Oh, so these are like animals too. You get to lift the flap and see underneath different information. Maybe if your kid's gonna be going to the dentist, this would help calm some of their nerves. These books have just been really great. I know that right now for $10, there's the What Are Germs and What is a Virus book. The What Are Germs book is so good. We really like that one. My 4-year-old has been taking these to bed with him, and now that we've read them, he gets to look through them himself, retell himself the stories and information that's there, because behind the flap, it's telling him more information through a picture. So these have been really useful for us. Go check those out on the site. Now, also, Nibbles. This is for the littlest kids. We'll get to some older books as well. Nibbles has a bigger one. He's called Nibbles the Book Monster, and he goes through different stories. But this one, Nibbles Numbers, it's like a rhyming book, and you get to interact through flaps. There's also like different holes in the pages, so you can poke them. Really cute book for preschool ages. I know that the Shine a Light books are on sale right now. This one is Secrets of a Rainforest. So let me show you what this is like here. You just see this image, right? But if I take my light and I shine it behind the page, you can see the image that is behind that page. And then when you turn it over, you can read more information about the butterfly. There are all kinds of books on these, from travel to construction to hospitals. I think that's the one that's on sale right now. And then a Rainforest, a vegetable garden is also on sale. The Apple Tree, Secrets of an Apple Tree, fantastic book that your kids can learn from in an engaging way. Another one that's on sale, but even if it's not, you should definitely pick it up for your kids, is Look Inside Your Body. So inside here, not only do we have a flap to open, but there are multiple flaps within that flap. So we've got the muscular system, and then the skeletal, and then within that you've got your organs. So these just keep going. Even down in the leg, there are more to open and information to read. These have been really engaging for my kids. Now, if you are a big fan of unit studies, this is another great way to get your kids engaged in unit studies. USBORNE has tons of information all across the board, and these Look Inside ones are great resources to have on hand. I've mentioned that currently we're going through a lot of the arts. This one, question and answers about art, along with their art flashcards. These have been so much fun to look at. Teaches you just different things about types of art or perspectives of art, people who have done the art. So this has been a really fun and engaging one for the kids to flip through. I think most of USBORNE books are educational, but on the heavy education side is the Children's Encyclopedia. It comes with QR codes so that you can scan it and learn more information about that topic as well. This is something that my 3rd grader, but even when he was in 2nd and 1st grade son, really enjoyed looking through and learning more about, just like as a coffee tabletop book, I guess, but really it's just so interesting to see what do I want to learn more about and how can I learn about that rather than just going to the internet. This is a good resource for kids. There's also the thesaurus and the dictionary. I really like this big picture book, Thesaurus. Sometimes we are looking up other names for colors rather than just red. What are more names for that? Things on the go. There's your body in here as well. Circus things. So all kinds of fun and exciting things in the Thesaurus book. Check it out. In my math video and my preschool curriculum video for kids, I talk about Count to 100. I don't have that book any longer because ours got loved a lot. But that is a really good one for little kids also. One that we've used before and plan to continue using again in the future is the Time Traveler. Now, this is going back into different time eras, like the Egyptian pyramids, like the Roman times, medieval castles, those kind of things, really seeing inside of those. Now, you will see that a lot of images that USBORNE uses are shared with Scholastics, but they're also throughout other books. So if you have another book about like Lift the Flap Castles, you're going to see a lot of those same images in this book, but they do sometimes give different information in different ways. This one doesn't have the flaps in it. It's more of a read for an older age kid, but we have enjoyed this one. Oh, the Vikings too. That was a really interesting read in this one. Another way to get your kids engaged is with these academy books. Now we have the Architect Academy, Entrepreneur Academy, Vet Academy, Chef Academy, Coding Academy, and these are meant for your kids to do more on their own, but they might need your help depending on their ages. They can write inside the things that they're learning. This is just a really good engagement way for your kids to have some independent work, but to continue learning about something that they're really interested in. So as an interest-led learning family, you might really want to pick up something like this. Here and There is a great book that shows you what shopping is like in one country versus another country. A Short History of the World is this really great chapter book, easy for like a third grader to read and get a whole perspective of world history. I really actually enjoyed this one. I sat down and read the whole thing in one sitting because I thought it was really useful even for me in a timeline novel form. It was a great way to learn. See Inside How Things Work. This is going to talk about levers and pulley systems, how your blow dryer works and how a piano works. This one was really fun. My kids have enjoyed looking at this, and I know it's still got a lot of use that we're going to get out of it. Lift the Flap Picture Atlas. There's a ton of atlases for kids. Also, the periodic table is one. They also have these in puzzle format, so you can get them for your kids to put together. I loved doing the puzzle one of this one, although my kids are a little young. We'll be doing it again in the future, but it's just more engaging. You get to see kind of how these things work in more than just like, I don't know, a boring way. It's just another way to engage some of their senses, maybe for your hands-on learners to be active in what they're learning as well, and for visual learners to just see it in a different way. So Atlas and Periodic Table, really good ones. Bringing it back down to a younger level, this one, my very first Our World book. There's also Ocean's book. This is really fun. And USBORNE is really known for breaking up these different categories on different pages so that there's just small snippets to read rather than whole big chunks. We've really enjoyed these, as well as these 100 books, 100 things to know about space, about the ocean, about our planet, about food. They're so good, especially for those unit studies. Now, remember, you can actually get a lot of these off from your library as well. We have gotten so many from our library. That's a great way to save money, but then it's so nice to have some of these at home and available as well. But it's a good way to check it out if you're interested too, see if your library has it, and then go from there. Again, those small bits of information, it makes it more like a graphic novel. My kids love graphic novels, and so this has been a good way to give them good information, lots of information. USBORNE is not a Christian company. I want to say that too. You do have to be aware that they're going to come from an evolutionist perspective. There's going to be some things that you might want to censor in your family, and that's up to you to do. Now, another thing is to always look when you go to thrift stores for this blue, yellow, blue stripe with a hot air balloon. All the time when I'm going to like children's consignment stores or thrift stores, I am looking for that. I just find that USBORNE books have so much great value to them. They also hold up their value for resale. So, and they're like sturdy books too. The pages are hefty. It takes a lot more effort for your kids to destroy these books. For readers, there are a ton, and they have this box set. I'll throw a picture up. We have this one in the other room. It's really good for starting readers, and it gradually gets a little bit more difficult. They also come with questions in the back for making sure that your kids are understanding what they're reading. I've really enjoyed this. Plus, it's like extra reading that is really good for them too. But you can get the books individually as well. So like we have like the Reluctant Dragon, Elephants, we have the Bears and the Owl one too, which just teach you more information about those animals. Stories of Thor, Black Beauty. Now the abridged versions are not my favorite, but they are a really nice, easier read for your young kids. Stories of Trains, this one, and Cowboys is a really good one. These are really good books to get from your library too, but they aren't very expensive. This one was $3.99 at the time that I purchased it, so it's a deal. Icarus, the Trojan Horse, and then I guess I went backwards from more difficult to less difficult, but we have On the Farm, Underground, and Bears, and these ones we've read multiple times. You can also get phonics readers like Lizard in a Blizzard. So if you are teaching your kids how to read phonetically, these books are really fun. They're just really silly kind of rhyming books. And Cow Takes a Bow, we have a whole bunch of this collection too. Again, good ones to get from your library depending on how many times you're really going to read them. But it's nice to have these books laying around because once your kids have read them, they can pick them up and read them on their own and get really familiar with them and become more familiar with those words. So it might be worth having in your house. Okay, I know that one of the Christmas sale items is these dry erase ones. I can't remember what they're called. There's something about animal. So we have used these in our church quiet time bags. We have taken them on airplanes. We've spread them all out all over the floor for my preschooler to just draw, and it gives you different ideas of things to add to the images or silly things to think about, and these have been really good. There's also mazes. Guys, USBORNE just offers so many fantastic books. I can't even cover them all here. There's ones with like finger trails that like get your kids tracing the alphabet by touching it with your fingers. I have been so pleased with USBORNE. My link is down below in the description. Here's a video where I talk about more USBORNE books that we have really enjoyed, and I'll be coming out with a video soon about what we are getting our kids for Christmas, so make sure to subscribe. I'll see you soon.